What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Latinaly, the podcast that is untamed, uncensored, and oh, so unapologetic. I can't even get the damn open correctly. That's how you know that my mind has been, for lack of a better phrase, a clusterfuck. See, I can't even talk, which is awesome because that's the entire premise of what a podcast is. I need to talk and articulate myself correctly. Anyways, my God, you know what's been happening the past, I don't know what it is, the past couple weeks or months or whatever the fuck, I don't know. Everything has been such a damn blur. I have no idea. But anyway, oh, you can totally just see my bedroom is open. Okay. Anywho, so I am starting a skincare line called Merkai Beauty, and I'm hoping to launch in the fall. And I say that because there's a reason for it. It's not just promotion. There's a reason for it. The reason I say that is because I've been doing a lot of promoting and a lot of posting on Facebook and Instagram and blah, 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 and doing some ads and whatever. So I've been, sharing a lot, and I've also been doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and I've been showing just the back end of starting a business when I have no idea what exactly I'm doing. So it's been a pretty fun series of content for people to just absorb and watch, And so I've been getting, because I have a couple things. I have my podcast. I have my full-time job. I do freelance sometimes, which I'm probably going to stop because I don't have the mental capacity to actually continue doing freelance. But anyway, I have the podcast. I have my Etsy shop. I have my full-time job. I don't know if I said that. And then I have my skincare line. Anyway, so there's just a lot of shit that happens in my brain. I have a lot of ideas. And so, I'm someone that does everything I can in moderation. I don't want to kill myself, and I don't want to empty out my pockets. But I do everything in moderation, and I basically have a lot of ideas, and I just do them, And so with this promoting and with everything, I've been getting a lot of messages, in regards to my line, in regards to my podcast, because I do promote on my personal Facebook and the whole nine and everything like that, and the Latinaly Facebook page and whatever. So I get a bunch of messages from, family members, friends, people I haven't talked to in years, that they go, they'll come out and they'll be like, oh my God, I have so many ideas and I just don't know where to start, or I have so many business ideas and I don't know where to begin, or so many hobbies and so many things that you want to do. And I don't know where to start. And so what I've noticed, and so when people say that to me, I give them words of encouragement, because I want everyone to make money and I want everyone to practice their creativity, and I want them, I want people to do what they want to do, you know what I'm saying? That's practically the whole premise of this fucking show. Do whatever you want to do, right? So I send words of encouragement. I do my best. So what I'll do is I'll take a mental note of the person who sent me that, and then I'll go on their Facebook or I'll go on their Instagram and I'll see if they've actually made progress, because they'll tell me their ideas, and I'll see if they made progress on actually executing those ideas. And I have to be very honest with you, 9 times out of 10, they didn't. I have someone who's been telling me that they want to start a podcast. I've seen them 2 years and they want to start a podcast. I haven't started it yet. And I'm like, well, what are you waiting for? I didn't say this to them, but I'm just what's preventing you from starting, And that's not to shit on them or to throw shade or at all, but it's pretty easy to start a podcast. I mean, to be honest with you, you have the microphone on your headphones. You get them for free when you buy an iPhone, or you can go get $20 headphones with a microphone, that you can plug up to your actual phone. You can record on Anchor. Boom, there's your show. You can go on Canva and design your stuff, and literally everything I just said, you pretty much have. Do you know what I'm saying? You can literally do a podcast from your cell phone, and then boom, You know what I'm saying? So the tools are there. And what I've been seeing is that people, I think, yes, they're scared. And I think that they have this thing called imposter syndrome, which basically is like they kind of feel like they don't belong in this space and they're kind of an imposter. You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of people, to be honest with you, I slightly had it before I started my podcast. I was like, why the fuck is anyone to listen to me? There's like 1,000 podcasts out there. I ain't shit. And then I that slight moment of like psychosis that I was going through, because I never do that. Like I never think that way. I was like, nah, fuck that shit. If people don't listen to it, they don't listen to it. If they listen to it, phenomenal. I didn't care. So I was like, that little lapse of doubt or imposter syndrome lasted, I have to tell you, about an hour. And I was like, nah, fuck this shit. I'm just going to do it anyway. So I think that people kind of suffer from that too. And also too, like I'm starting a skincare line. Like there's 1,000 skincare lines, but I love to bring it up in this particular reference that I've been seeing all the time, is that there are hundreds and hundreds of brands of eggs. You have cage free, you have, organic, natural. An egg is a fucking egg, and you buy a certain brand. Why? There's 100 different eggs. Like there's 100 different egg companies, 100 different bread companies, peanut butter. I mean, it's the same shit. When you go down, literally the supermarket, you pick and choose what you want. Pasta sauce. I mean, we all know what the best pasta sauce is. I'm not going to get on that, but you know what I'm saying? Like there are hundreds of different brands of these particular food items that you buy. Why can't it be the same thing when you're starting whatever business you're starting? Does that make sense? So, I like to think of it like that, which is why I don't really feel like I have too many moments of imposter syndrome, and I feel, I guess bad that people go through these. I mean, I went through it too, but then I said, fuck it. And I was like, I'm going to do it anyway. And then I did it. And then here you go. I guess that little hiccup, a lot of people can't get over that. Anyway, I hope you do if you're going through something like that. Anyway, but I also think what happens is, and I've seen this, with a lot of people too, is that people are content with getting excited about the dream. People, and I'll give you an example. I was having a conversation with someone a while ago, and I said, oh, you should start a business, like a t-shirt business. And we're brainstorming and we're talking, and you can see the light. Like you can just see like something just woke up, because they wanted to start a business, but they didn't know what they wanted to do yet. I enjoy t-shirts because it's pretty self-explanatory. Like they wanted to do screen printing, like t-shirts of like their own slogans and stuff, and like their own like writings and designs. And I'm just like, so let's do it. I'll help you do it. Like we'll talk about it. Let's brainstorm. Let's figure out how we can do this. And you can see like the gears turning and the light in their eyes, and they're so fucking excited. And then they think about what the future can hold. They think about the money they can make, and it makes them even more like ecstatic. And then they don't do anything with it. So I've seen a lot of people get hype about the dream. They have that little conversation, and then it falls flat. So, it could be fear. It could be a lot of different things as to why people don't take the leap. And to be honest with you, yes, it could be money, but if it was, I don't know. And, whether it's building a business, an opportunity, traveling, buying a home, or, just whatever the case may be, you kind of get into this little like euphoric mindset when like you're talking about these exciting, wonderful things, and you realize that there's a journey between now and that really, really exciting part that you're talking about. And I've experienced it so many times in my life with so many different things that I have. Like, I remember when I was young, like I was 10, and I would think about, when I'm 21 or when I'm in my 20s, I'm going to have my own apartment. I'm going to have a great job. I might have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or I'm going to have a car, and I'm going to make money. Yeah. What? And then as I got older, I thought, or I started to realize, hey, yeah, things are just not happening the way that I thought they were going to happen. So I'm like, okay, I turned 20 and I'm thinking, well, bullshit. I turned like 19 and I was like, okay, what is happening here? And I remember to when I was younger and I was like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to be this and I'm going to be that. And I was like, and then like 19 came and I was like, wait a minute now, this is not going the way that I thought it was going to go. So what the fuck? And no one tells you about this ridiculous journey that you're going to have to take. And at the time, it was about getting into college. Like, I went to community college. The college I wanted to go to, I applied 3 times and they didn't want me. So that's super awesome. And then I turned 20 and then I see everyone is, and then I turned 21 and I seen everybody was graduating and everybody was getting their own apartments and everybody was starting their life. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on? When is it going to be my turn? And then like a fucking tsunami in my face, it was like, bitch, you have to work for it. No one's going to just hand it to you on like a little silver platter. Unless you have like this generational white wealth, which, Puerto Ricans don't have. Let me rephrase that. Latinos and blacks, we don't have that. That doesn't happen to us. So anyway, things were not going to get handed to me on a little beautiful platter. Okay. And I thought, okay, something has to change. And then I can't even tell you. It was just like a wave just punched me in the face. And it was just like, you need to get it together. And I had to be consistent in whatever it was. And to be honest with you, it happens with everything that I fucking think about. I have to tell you, like, when it came to, by the time I was 21, I was like a year away from graduating with my associate's degree. I mean, it took a fucking long time. Anyway, and I was like, all right, I'm not going to graduate if I don't do good. I'm not going to do good if I don't study. Like, it sounds like such a simple ass idea, but you don't, it's like, I have to tell you, it was like I discovered another fucking planet, because I was like, oh, that's what I have to do to get my life together. Gotcha. Copy. Okay. So as I started to consider, like, from that point on, I went to school in the fall. I went to school in the summer, and then I went to school in the spring. So I had gone to school practically the entire year except for the winter time. And then I turned 22. Boom. I graduated. Okay, great. And then I had gotten a job 3 months after my birthday at 22 years old. Okay, fine. No, 2 months. Excuse me. Anyway. But I have to tell you, the entire time that I was in college, like, first of all, I had and mind you, my associate's degree, I had my financial aid taken away. So that prolonged me even more. And I have to tell you, the entire time that I was in community college was probably about 3 years. And it wasn't until the last year that I was like, okay, bitch, let's get it together now, because enough is enough. It wasn't until, I mean, for the first like 2 years, like, I remember thinking like, oh my God, I'm never going to graduate. I'm going to live in a cardboard box. I'm never going to make any money. I should just pick something and just fucking go with it. I should just work at the Woodbury Commons my entire life. I'm not going to do shit with my life. Not the people who work there don't do shit. I'm just saying it wasn't for me. You know, I was just like, I'm going to be at home forever. I'm not going to be shit. Oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm going to be fucking homeless. I just was thinking I'm going to live in my fucking car. It was all this shit that was just going through my brain. And then it was like, I turned 21 and it was like, boop, shit just changed. And it was me being, I mean, like, I don't even know, like exhaustingly consistent with what I was doing in my life. Like, and so then I decided, okay, I'm going to do graphic design. Okay. Now what? Like, what the fuck? So every day I was designing. Every day I taught myself. Every day I found something new. Every day I researched the job I wanted. Every day I was working on my portfolio. I was working on my LinkedIn. I was working on my Behance. I was working on a fucking app. I was designing I was designing postcards. I was designing wall art. I was doing packaging design, and I was just learning. And and in addition to that, I was doing my schoolwork every single day. That's why I got my job. Like, for a year and however many months, every fucking day, to the point where I was so tired and I was so burnt out. And I just remember going on my interviews after I had turned 22 and after I graduated, and I was like, yo, what the fuck is happening? Why? Like, I did it. Like, I did what I was supposed to do. What's going on now? And I'm also someone who's like very, I need instant gratification. So like, if something doesn't work out after a week, I get very I upset. Like, I need shit done today. Like, if I think of an idea, like a business idea, I needed it done yesterday. That's the kind of person that I am. So I'm being very dramatic about it, but when I say I felt very overwhelmed by the fact that I wasn't getting a job, it was a month. Mind you, I turned 22 in December. I got my job in February. So all of January, I was a lunatic because I was like, why does nobody want to hire me? And anyway, I was a fucking wreck, to say the least. Okay. But at the end of January, I had an interview. February 6th was my first day. So there is a power to consistency that, yes, it is sometimes exhausting. Yes, it is sometimes like draining, to the point where you could work on something every single day, and then when shit doesn't go right, or when you can't catch a break, you go, okay, really? Like, is this a joke? Like, I did what I was supposed to do. Why is nothing happening? You know, and I think when you feel like that, you have to be patient, but still consistent. You know what I mean? And, you know, and I think that when all these things are going on, you know, when to the people that I was talking about earlier that have all these ideas, you know, there's a lot of things that go on in our minds, especially like creatives. Like, I know me, I have 1,000 different ideas. Like, I'm starting a skincare company and I have 2 ideas for another, like 2 other brands that I want to start. Why? Like, why? Let me make a lot of money here and then let me go over there. And that's what I think it is. I think you have to kind of have to put this tunnel vision on, and you have to focus on one thing at a time. So I'll put it to you like this. I have a lot of things going on. So in my day, I will wake up and I'll say, okay, with my coffee, I'm going to focus on Merkai Beauty. That's my skincare company. I'm going to focus on Merkai Beauty. Okay. After my second cup of coffee, I go, okay, let me get some emails done for my freelance. Okay. Then I'm like, okay, after that, let me write back sign the contracts that I have to sign for the shit to get done in my house. Okay. Then I'm like, okay, my iPad is charged, my phone is charged. I'm going to do my makeup so that I can film for my podcast. Then after that, I'm going to have some lunch. Like after I film, I'm going to have some lunch. I'm starving. Anyway, then, after lunch, I might design some stories for my company, and then I might edit this episode. So there's a lot of shit that I packed in a day. And also I'm off of work right now. Like I took off so I can get my mind right and so I can focus on my projects. But I packed a lot of shit into a day. You know what I mean? And then when I do have work, I get up really early. Like I get up at 7. And then from 7 to 10:30, I focus on my projects. Merkai, my podcast, my house, whatever. From 7 to 10:30 or from 7:30 to 10:30. That's 3 hours, right? Then I work from 10:30 to 6. Okay. Then from 6 on, I relax, I do whatever, and I get ready for the next day. So, that's how I compartmentalize my projects. However, it's a lot, but it's consistent. And you don't have to run yourself into the ground like I like to do. Like if I don't do 700 things in a day, I literally feel like a bum, like I didn't fucking do anything. That's just me. It's my Sag/Capricorn energy that I have. I don't know. It's like I can't even function sometimes. You don't have to be that way. But and it doesn't have to just be acquiring something. It doesn't have to be money related. Although my motivation is very monetary. I'm not gonna lie to you. It sounds shallow as fuck, but I don't care. Anyway, not this though. Not my podcast. I think I've only made like $4 from this. But anyway, I think like $4.64. I'm not even lying to you. Anyway, so it doesn't have to be monetary. It could be anything. When I decided to buy my house, I had to be consistent. I had to be consistent with looking, with my emails, with my realtor, my lawyer, my bank, my broker, consistent. Do you know what I mean? When I got my dog is a good girl because we trained her. That takes consistency, because if not, you would hear a reckless, psychotic, aggressive girl. That's not what I have. I have a very exuberant and excited dog who loves attention, but she's trained. That takes consistency. With the my marriage, my marriage takes consistency. It takes work every single day. Do you know what I mean? So it's not just money. It's not just acquiring assets. It's not just, it's everything that you do in your life needs a certain level of consistency. Some things more than others. Don't get me wrong. When you're raising your children, hello, you need to consistently be a parent. No, you know what I'm saying? So there are so many things in your life that require consistency. I cannot even express how important it is. And what it does is it just turns it into a habit. And that I really think is the goal. Like in my motivation episode, that's what the goal is. The goal is to take the consistency. The goal is to take the effort that you put into being consistent and turn it into a habit so it takes no effort. Do you know what I mean? I think that that's the best way that I could put it. And that's what I'm going to try to do, because I'm telling you, it is difficult. And I am someone that gets very overwhelmed very quickly, because like I said, I'm instant gratification. I needed it yesterday. So what I need to do is practice patience and consistency. That's what I have to do in order for me to get to where I need to get to. So Take this time to think about what you need to do to get your dreams off the ground or to just better yourself. Do you know what I mean? I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today and listening to me. You know, this show is so therapeutic for me to do. It's, you know, I'm sorry I haven't had guests on here just yet. I'm working on it. I promise. So yeah, I know you guys are probably tired of just hearing me talk to you. But anyway, I thank you guys so much for your consistent support and you guys, you know, reaching out to me, you know, engaging with me on Instagram. You guys are like the realest people audience. I've met so many great people. I adore all of you. Thank you again for listening to me today. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, also on Anchor. You could also watch the video version of this on YouTube, Latinaly Podcast on YouTube. And you can also kick it with me on Instagram, Latinaly Podcast. I adore you guys so much. I will see you guys next Friday. I'm Kiah Rose. This is Latinaly, and I am signing out. Bye.